Right guys, let's make some seitan. I'm doing a voiceover because it's just easier. You're going to need 2 cups of cooked chickpeas, cold not warm, 1 cup of aqua faba, which is basically chickpea juice. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of vegetable stock, also 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, with that you need to put in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, I'm guesstimating here, I put maybe about a teaspoon of salt. The recipe is 1.5 of a teaspoon, but it's a pinch. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, one teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of onion powder. I didn't have any, couldn't find any, so I used spring onions. And then you just want to blend it up. I've put it in my NutriBullet because it blends it quite good in this. So after you've blended, weigh out your vital wheat gluten. You need to get vital wheat gluten to make the stringy chicken consistency. You can't use flour or anything like that. It has to be vital wheat gluten. And I got this from Holland & Barrett. And for everybody saying that vegans don't get enough protein, this holds per 100 grams protein is 81 grams. So this is a 500 gram bag, so you do the math. There's a lot of protein in there. Yes. Then you want to mix your wet ingredient. So your chickpea juice and your apple cider vinegar and all that you just mashed up. Put that in a bowl, as you can see, and then put your wheat gluten in. To be fair, I could have just put this straight in this mixing bowl here instead of making more washing up for myself, but you live and learn. Dump it all in that mixing bowl there. Use your dough hook and you want to mix it until you get like a dough type consistency, like this. Keep doing that for about, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes. I did mine. Don't worry if it breaks apart, it's all part of the process. And then you just want to leave it to sit out, just leave it on the side for about an extra 5 minutes. Just cover it and leave it to sit out. Then after that, it pretty much still looks the same, but that's what you've got to do. So just do it, okay? These voiceovers are so funny. Anyway. Now, normally what you should do, the recipe says you want to split your dough into 2 sections and you want to use a food processor. But I couldn't be bothered getting mine, it's not to hand. So I just used this dough hook again. It does take longer. If you use a food processor, it takes 8 minutes. This took me about, I was mixing it for about 20 minutes. I know it doesn't look anything special at the moment, but just go with it. Just stay patient. Yes. And then you want this like stringy type consistency. Yeah, there you go. Don't that look beautiful? Nice. It will look nice after that it's done. I'm just showing you there the consistency that you need. Right, and then you want to take some grease-proof paper. You want to wrap it up as tight as you can. The thing with Seitan or vital wheat gluten, whatever you want to call it, is once it hits steam or hot water, however you cook it, it expands. If you let it expand, then it produces air pockets inside, and you don't want that. So you have to double wrap it, but in the interest of trying to save on packaging and all that, because that's what we try and do, I use cloth. So it's just a piece of scrap cloth that I can wash after and reuse. So you want to tighten, so first off greaseproof paper, second off your second layer, and you just want to wrap it up as tight as possible, because like I said, it expands, and then when you're eating the so-called not chicken, you have air pockets and it's not nice. So you want to wrap it up as tight as you can so it doesn't form air pockets. That's a little bit of science there for you that I just learnt recently myself. So yeah, tie it up, and then that's what the string's for there. So I'm going to wrap that and tie it up as tight as you can. I think I just said that about 4 times, but you get the picture. Ideally, I should have done this in 2 separate parcels, and then it would have been easier to cook in this type of steamer that I've got, which is this. So as you can see, it doesn't fit properly. I should have done 2 separate packages and then layered it up, but never mind. Now this is the thing. This takes 2 hours to steam, and if you're using one of these, make sure you keep topping the water up. And there you go. Once it's done, you should let it sit out and get to room temperature before you even unwrap it. But no, I couldn't do that because I was like, no, I want to see what's inside. So be really careful if you decide to do this, because I burnt my fingers a few times. And I know it looks still nothing right nice at the minute, but it will do. Looks like meatloaf there. But yeah, like I said, leave it to cool at room temperature before you start taking any packaging off, before you start ripping it apart like I am here. But yeah, this is the type of consistency that you want in. And then you just shred it apart. You can have big pieces, small pieces. You can cut it up with a knife instead of shredding it, and then you can have, like, you can make nuggets with it. I have got another recipe for tofu nuggets, which I prefer the nuggets with the tofu to this, but I'll do another video on that. So So I'm just breaking it up here into bits because I'm going to make fajita style wraps with this, and then the other half I'm going to use to make a stir fry. So I'm just going to separate them into 2 separate bowls. So for this one I just used the packet Fajita medium mix. Put that in the bowl. Like, I need to tell you to put it in the bowl because you can see it. You probably already know to put it in the bowl. Okay. Then add some oil. Looks like meat now, doesn't it? Well, chicken. Meat, chicken, whichever. And then what I did was to let it marinate so the flavours get into the wheat gluten more. I used a shower cap, because why not, instead of using cling film. There you go. And I let that marinate for a couple of hours. And then, ta-da! There you go. And I added, I made some quinoa, which is what's underneath this, salad, this, and then some sesame seeds on top. And then I'll insert another picture of the stir fry. There you go. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.